What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, a very sick Matt, and today I'm going to be going over my round 1 battle for the WPL. You guys, if you've been watching WPL for the past 12 weeks, 3 months-ish, you'll have known we are 10-2. We actually finished with the second best record in the entire league on the back of our team that honestly is kind of broken, but at the same time has a couple pretty big flaws. So we'll go over that right now. We'll go over our opponent's team because our opponent is actually the one, the only Nacho Everyday Trainer, coach of the Detroit Teravolts. Now, Nacho we actually played against, I believe it was like week 8 or something, and we did pick up a win. It was a 1-0 win, very close. He brought a couple different things this week than he brought the last time he played it, but I'll go over his team first, and then I'll go over my team, and I'll explain to you what I brought and why. So, my opponent has a team of Latios with Z-moves, it's a Z captain. He has Sylveon, Alumomola, Galvantula, Registeel, Girder, Mega Aerodactyl, Weavile, Decidueye, Diggersby, and Arbok. Also, Weavile and Decidueye are both Z users. Our team is Tapu Koko with Z-moves, Hawlucha, Nidoking, Alolan Marowak, Zoroark, which is our Z captain, Zangoose, Pelipper, Gothitelle, Ludicolo, Z-moves, Lantern, and Mega Scizor. I'm sorry guys, I am so under the weather, but I need to get this out to you. So let's try and begin this. So my team, the team that I actually brought, I actually have a ton of notes and stuff too because I want to make sure I have that. So to start off, we have World Star, our Tapu Koko here. We are Modest Nature with Volt Switch, T-Bolt, Dazzling Gleam, and U-Turn. It's the same set we brought as last time. It's Scarf to outspeed everything, and speed, and the speed is there for Latios. The only reason why we have U-Turn is for Diggersby, which he actually brought this time. He didn't bring it last time, so we have that. Next up, though, we have Pedro's Bodyguard, our Hawlucha with the Electric Seed. We are Adamant Natured, Acrobatics, Drain Punch, Swords Dance, and Roost. 184 HP, 252 in attack, 8 in defense, and 64 in speed. Lucha is basically the exact same spread. I believe the only thing I changed was I moved 4 EVs from special defense into my defense, and the reason for that was because, well, first, Lucha outspeeds Scarf Weavile, just in case. Pretty much the same as last time. We're running Drain Punch because I know Nacho will have Protect on either his Registeel or Momola, and or Sylveon even, and he'll also have the Decidueye, which is Ghost type, so I can't run Hidden Power, I can't run a High Jump Kick actually. Our defense and HP also means we never die to Life Orb, Weavile, Icicle Crash from full, or aren't too killed by Ice Shard from full with our Electric Seed boost. So that means if he decides to go for the Icicle Shard, if he decides to go for 2 Ice Shards I mean, then yeah, we can actually let that hit, get off a Swords Dance, and Drain Punch all the health back. So that's kind of my play there. Next up though, we have our Pelipper Raindrop with the Damp Rock. We're just max defense, max HP with 8 in special attack. Defog, Scald, Hurricane, and Roost. Very standard here. Basically, the defense is there to take some non-electric type hits from his Diggersby, Aerodactyl, and other just regular threats. Mainly it's just there to get rid of webs because I don't really want hazards on my side of the field anymore. But yeah, next up though, we're also never 2 KO'd by Jolly, Life Orb, Weavile. The most I can do is knock off into Icicle Crash, which doesn't do too much to me, and I can just roost off all the damage. So a pretty good answer to that thing there. I wish I could carry Toxic on this set, but unfortunately I need all the coverage moves that I have over here. Next up though, we have Drop Top, our Ludicolo here with the Waterium Z, exact same set I brought last time, Surf, Giga Drain, Ice Beam, and Focus Blast. Let's see, what do I have? So it's the same set as last time. Yeah, I said it before. Speed is for Scarf Galvantula. We can outspeed Scarf Laddie, sadly, which kind of sucks. And we have Surf because over Hydro Pump because missing is bad. Next up though, we have our Mega Scizor here. We are Careful Nature, 248 attack HP, 248 HP not attack, 72 in attack, 32 in defense, 156 in special defense. We have Bullet Punch, U-Turn, Swords Dance, and Roost. This is a little mini win con I have. Basically, we're never KO'd by Timid, Hidden Power Fire into Draco from Latios at full. Our priority is great here, so we gotta keep Scizor healthy. We always OHKO Weavile after rocks. Good to check like non-natural gift Fire Weavile. So, because like natural gift Fire Weavile could be a thing that I thought he was going to bring. He didn't bring it, but that's kind of what I was thinking. And then next we have, well, first off, those 5 have been carrying us. Those 5 have the most representation out of any of our other Pokemon just because they all fit so well together. The combination of Koko and Lucha is great. The combination of obviously our Rain is tremendous, and with Scizor in the Rain, that just works so well. So, yeah. And then finally, the 6th Mon I decided to bring was Nidoking. Now, the reason I brought Nidoking here is because it gives me hazards. The last time I played against Nacho, I had Alolan Marowak. That was my lead. It wasn't Sash, it was Troubleberry, because I wanted to take a hit from anything. I thought I'd be able to take 2 hits, but unfortunately he just nuked me with Z Draco, turn 1. So I decided to bring a Sash on my Nidoking this week, and you know, my mock list did a lot of work. We have Focus Sash, Sheer Force, 88 HP, 220 attack, sorry, 220 special attack, 200 speed, and a Timid Nature with Stealth Rock, Ice Beam, Earth Power, and Toxic Spikes. So basically, Nidoking is there because the speed is for Max Diggersby, our Hidden Power, sorry, oh my god, I wrote HP and I just assumed it was Hidden Power. That just shows you how like sick I am. Our HP is so we're never 2KO'd by Timid, Hidden Power Ice from Sash, Lead Galvantula, Sashed so I can guarantee rocks. T-Spikes is iffy but good in certain situations. Against the team that he brought, honestly, I would probably lean towards just going for damage instead of getting up a T-Spike, so that's exactly what I'm going to try and do. Anyways guys, that's our team. Let's see if we can pick up a win here, because this is going to be the battle that we'll see if we can go to the semifinals. Last season in the WPL, we actually ended up losing in the first round as well to a person that we played 3 times over the course of the season, twice during the regular season, once in the playoffs, and we won the first 2 matchups pretty easily too. And the reason we couldn't pick up a win in the 3rd matchup was because, well, he knew all the sets that worked well against him, so he could prep around them. Anyways, that's kind of it. Let's get started, because oh boy, this is a good one. So I'm lead off here with my Nidoking here. He's leading off with this Aerodactyl. I'm like, well, shit. I'm gonna go for my Rocks turn 1. It is my best play since Ice Beam won't KO him. So he goes to the Earthquake and brings me down just before my Sash. And at this point here, I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do. Do I switch out? I didn't think I should switch out, so I just sack off my Nidoking, thinking he was honestly gonna get up Rocks, because I was debating switching out to my Pelipper there, but I said, you know what, I shouldn't do that, because if he gets up Rocks, then I pretty much lose my Nidoking. I have to basically set up Rocks on his Sylveon, his, maybe even not, yeah, it's basically a Sylveon, wow, let me try that again. Basically, I would have to set up Rocks again on his Sylveon, his Aloe, or his Registeel. So, he's going to lead off, he's going to be in with his Aerodactyl. I go into my Coco here, set up Terrain, and at this point, I'm going to go for the U-turn, but he reveals the Protect, and this is why I should not have shown my spread from last time, or mentioned that I had Protect on my set, because now I have to pull a double, predicting him to switch out, or thinking he's going to go for an attack, and I go into my Scizor here, and he is going to go for the Air Release. Now I click this, I Mega Evolve and click Swords Dance here, I believe, or do I click Roost? No, I pull a double and go into Raindrop, actually. Don't know why I did that. Don't know why I did that. Anyways, he goes into his Registeel. I'm going to click the Scald here, try and get the burn, and thankfully we do get it on the first try, which is awesome. And he's just going to go ahead and get off a Toxic on me, which is unfortunate, but it's not that big of a deal because I do have the Roost, and I don't plan on being in for extended periods of time with my Pelipper. So I'm now going to switch out back into my Scizor, because I found that he doesn't actually have the Thunder Wave. So I assumed he'd have Rocks, one of Thunder Wave or Toxic, Counter, and like, I don't know, Seismic Toss to do damage. So I'm going to Roost up back to full here, and I'm going to start going for the Swords Dances, because at this point here we have enough HP to live 3. Yeah, we live 3 Seismic Tosses. So I can set up 2 Swords Dances, and then I can try and go for game. And at this point here, you're going to see it's going to be a very interesting few turns, because yeah, look, I'll just put it that way. It's going to be a very interesting few turns. So right here, I'm going to go for the Roost here, just in case you want to switch out into something. Always asking my play to make sure that I have enough HP just in case he does want to switch out into something random. So he's not getting any healthier, which is awesome thanks to the burn. And I'm going to go for a Swords Dance here and get the +4, as he is going to actually go for the counter. And now this is where things start to get tricky. So counter is there for the Hawlucha, and last time he was Troubleberry with counter, and that was like a pretty good set. And he actually said after the game he thought I was Superpower with counter, and that's why he thought I was Superpower, and that's why he had counter. That's why he was going to counter there. So that would have made it so he would have obviously been able to Oko me right there, because we wouldn't have KO'd with a +2 superpower, because this thing is crazy strong. So at this point here, I'm going to just go ahead and try to get the +6. That is my end goal right here. I'm going to Roost up back to full just because I don't want him to deal like massive damage to me. And basically my play is I want to get to +6, and then Bullet Punch, it can't take him out, but if I'm at full, it can't take us out like with counter. So the max it can do to him is like whatever damage it is, multiply that by 2, we actually survive that. So I'm going to click the Roost here, or the Swords Dance. I believe I clicked the Swords Dance here. No, I clicked the Roost, get back to full. And the reason I want to click Swords Dance there is because I want to make sure that I can actually get back to full HP here. So I'm going to go ahead and I click the, do I click Roost again, and he's going to click the counter right here, I believe. Nope, Seismic Toss. I believe this kind of goes on for a while, and like I lose a lot of PP on Roost here. I can't remember exactly when the turn is that I end up hitting the Bullet Punch, but I do end up hitting it at some point. So I get back to full again. It is when I get to full, because I need to make sure that I have enough HP. So there we go. Right here, he goes for counter. I'm at full, and I'm going to fire off the Bullet Punch here. Now, Bullet Punch is going to bring him pretty damn low, and you're going to see, well, pretty damn low, just like 33% to him. And look how much this counter does back to us, 68%. But that's okay, now I know 68% is like the benchmark. He has nothing with priority that outspeeds me, except for potentially the Digger's Beat, but that's going to do nothing to me. So I go for the Bullet Punch one more time here, as he actually goes to the Seismic Toss, and I predicted that pretty well, thinking he was going to think that I went for the, what is it called, Roost. So at this point, I'm going to Roost back up, get back to a decent chunk of health, and I'm going to go for the Roost again, just try and get back up to a respectable amount of HP, and like honestly that's my play here, because he's not getting any healthier, so I'm going to Roost back up some health, and I will be in a really good spot right here. So Seismic Toss comes out, and I get a text message. I'm going to try and mute my phone while it's in my pocket, because I don't want you guys to hear that. But this goes on for a little while. I'm just trying to get back to full HP. That's pretty much it, or near full, like, and this is pretty much as close as I'm going to get, because I don't want to lose too much PP on Roost. So I'm going to fire off a Bullet Punch here, and Bullet Punch will finally be able to KO the Registeel, and 22 turns in, we have our first kill of the match. So he's going to now go into his Alomomola, and this is where I have to pause it. So a very, very interesting play, because he went hard Alomomola, because he didn't go into like his Digger's Beat or something, or even his Latios. This puts us in a really tricky position, because we are in range of Latios's Hidden Power Fire, which is really unfortunate. So if he has Hidden Power Fire in his Latios, he's going to outspeed us, and there's a chance that we can't take him out with a +6 Bullet Punch, which is honestly insane to think about. And I'm actually going to click the U-turn here. If I was Bug Bite, then I won this game right now. There's nothing he could do to beat me, just because, like, look, honestly, there's just nothing. I'll leave it at that, because I could have roosted up health, but whatever. But the reason I U-turn out is because I'm afraid of the Scald Burn. That's a really big issue for me, because a burned Scizor really, really struggles to get the necessary KOs on the Aerodactyl, on the Sylveon, even on the Latios, if, well, yeah, so, whew, this is a tough one. So I'm going to just go for the U-turn here, and it should have KO'd, but he's just max defense and HP, and I thought he was going to be like a mixed thing. So it really sucks. I lose my +6 on Scizor for nothing, and he goes for Liquidation, and that kind of puts salt in the wound, because it really is for nothing now. So the reason I say it's for nothing is because I U-turned out because of the Scald Burn potential. That's the only reason I U-turned out. I would have gone for Bullet Punches and just been good to go. If I knew he didn't have Scald, like, damn. Anyways, he's gonna be able to go for the Wish here. I'm gonna just fire off a Hurricane, and he's faster than me. Like, god damn it. So he gets off a Wish, which is really, really unfortunate. And he's now going to be able to go freely into his Wincon, which is his Latios. And this thing is so scary for me to deal with. My entire team was horrified of dealing with this thing. And he's actually going to whip out the Calm Mind here. And this makes things really scary, because he wasn't a Calm Mind set last time, I believe. I believe he was just a Gigavolt, no, he was a Dragonium Z set, if I'm mistaken, with Thunderbolt and like Hidden Power Fire and Roost. But I U-turn out, and I go into my Scizor here, as he's going to go for the Roost, and I checked it. In the rain, we don't die. We don't die to a Thunder. We don't die to a Draco, so I'm in a really good spot here. I can just U-turn out, and we should be able to KO him here, 100%. So I'm going to go for the U-turn here, but he's going to just fire off the Gigavolt Havoc, and I'm like, oh, man, I completely forgot about the Z moves on this thing. Just 100% forgot about them, and had I remembered, I would have probably sacked off my Pelipper in that situation, but anyways, yeah, that's just, damn it. Anyways, so Calm Mind comes out, and at this point, guys, it's basically game, because the only way I have to win is if I freeze him or crit him. Yeah, so like this is a really, really cool set on Nacho's part. Like assuming I think it's Draco Meteor, or I think it's Psychic actually. So it's Psychic with Thunder, and yeah, so I'm gonna live that hit. Cool, it doesn't matter at all. Yeah, look, this is just whatever. What are you gonna do? We really had, like, Nacho changed his team up a lot. We changed our team up very, very little. We only just swapped out one Mon, and that one Mon just got up rocks for us and then died. So overall, guys, this is why I always think, and most people think this too, the person who wins the first matchup always is at a disadvantage in the rematch 100% of the time, because they know what worked well, and their opponent does too. So they're probably going to say, okay, this worked, I'm going to bring it again. Now my opponent is going to think, okay, I'm going to like just make some changes that kind of counter those things. So he made some changes that kind of really helped him out against my my Coco. So like, had I been like a physical Coco with Play Rough, even though I don't think Coco gets Play Rough, I could have definitely beat his Latios. I could have definitely beat this team, but yeah, so instead I have to hope for a crit there. I don't get it, which sucks, and he's just going to roost off the damage to make sure that he guarantees the win. And at this point here, he's going to be able to fire off the, I believe the Psychic here, right, to finish me off. I think that's what he does. Yep, and down goes our Coco. So our pretty much incredible season comes to an end once again. yeah, so moral of the story is, if you think you have playoffs locked but you're not 100% sure, just assume you do, and don't bring the best possible sets, or whatever you do, just don't bring the exact same spreads you bring to a playoff game, because that's what I did here. And I keep doing that. I always like find the regular season more motivating than the playoffs, just I guess because like 12 weeks in, it's like, okay, team's kind of stale, let's just like get this over with. If we win, we win, cool. If we lose, oh well, we lose. Yeah, I mean, honestly, GG to Nacho, though. He really deserved to make it past round 1. His team was definitely not a a 7th overall seed team. His team was like, based on just the draft alone, his team was like one of the top 5, one of the top 4 even. So it kind of sucks that we have to play him. I would have loved to play someone else, because Nacho's just always has like this team somehow it works against me. He's got like good mons to like kind of stop things for me. He's got a Registeel with really like deals well with my rain. He's got a Latios which deals well with just everything against me because of its speed and because of the coverage and just because of the power it has. And then of course like Mega Aerodactyl was like the biggest thing I was afraid of, and he didn't even bring the Weavile, which is kind of crazy. But yeah guys, look, this season has been kind of fun. Unfortunately, we are going to go home early. It kind of sucks because the team I had was really good. I thought it was, honestly, in terms of just the way it fit together, was the best team out of everyone's, just because of all the combos we had. And even though we were consistently bringing the same 5 Pokemon, we were able to really just kind of beat teams down and really just like be in the driver's seat for pretty much the entire game and really execute our win cons well. Unfortunately, that didn't work out now, but I mean, what can you do? Anyways, this video's been like long enough, so I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I want to thank you guys for sticking around for the WPL this season. If you guys enjoyed the video, you should definitely leave a like on it. I know I'm sick. 1 like equals 1 get better. Yeah. And I want to thank you guys for those of you who watched throughout the full video. Thank you guys so much. Leave a comment down below if that is you. And yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time.